The lesson helped us really well because we learned how to learn in different techniques like using mnemonics and other ways like mind mapping, and I also learned what type of learner I am, and
It was quite useful in terms of what's the best way for me to revise, what type of learner I am. For example, I'm an auditory learner, and I also probably can study with kinesthetic learning. The mind mapping session was also very useful as I learned how to pick out short, snappy, valuable information and put that into a very short form of mind map. I found that very useful.
Taught us about multiple revision activities and techniques. This will help us all excel in our studies, and it will help us. It helps multiple people, different people, and shows them different ways to learn, and it helps them progress in general.
from this session. I think this session will help you a lot. I learned a lot of tips from it, how to study. I learned that I'm only a visual study person, but I will also probably do well if I decided to go with the kinesthetic route. On the whole, I found this class very useful. So,
because we learn how to effectively mind map, so we're not spending too much, we're not wasting any time on doing anything unnecessary, so our revision can be short and compact, and that we know exactly what to do. So it's the fact that he made it inclusive of everybody instead of being like, this is the way to do it, this is the way to do it. So he made it quite, it was good for everybody because everyone benefited from it one way or another.
Experience was really helpful because we know now how to effectively mind map, and all those reading techniques are like really good, yeah. And then those keywords like visual, auditory, and kinesthetic were like really helpful because I got better at reading and stuff.
To Dr. Viju Uncle, yeah. And I learned a lot from this lesson. It was very useful, especially the revision tips. And I think it's good for my GCSEs and stuff like that.
So we did speed reading, we did mind maps, we did how to read properly. We did I forgot the name, but it was the technique where you would split your work time into sections where you would do learn and revise, and we also did how to learn quickly, which was useful. And I think the most useful aspect was probably the Pomodoro technique, because it would really help when it actually comes to a proper revision. It would help you retain the most possible information rather than just doing work straight, which I usually do.
So we did the mind mapping, so it just showed us how we should effectively make a mind map and the ways in which we should create the mind map. And we also did speed reading, which gives us efficient techniques to read quickly, and there were many tips that were included. There was also a self-introduction at the very start. I think that made sure that all of us knew who everyone was, and made us settle down quickly. Yeah.
So today we did speed reading, which helped us how to read faster and understand everything that we read. And then we did mind mapping, which helped us know more facts easier, because you know what's happening. Yes.
Learned about visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learners, and the learning strategies, reading strategies, and techniques like using your finger and mind mapping, and how instead of writing a whole sentence there should be keywords.
Okay, we learned about the brain as well,
NLP and the left and right side of the brain and what it's used for. And a quick way to remember how it is L for left, which is logic, and right brain is for creative.
So today we learned a lot of things about strategical learning. And visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learning too. So,
learns about the right side and left side of the brain and mind mapping and how to we learn techniques on how to read faster and stuff.
I think that she was in favour of Polish rule. She was awarded the Nobel Prize for the first person to element radium.
Today we looked at learning styles of visual, auditory and kinesthetic, and we found out what our learning styles were, and then we looked at the brain and that's all.
Today we learnt about mind maps, so we only use keywords, not a whole sentence, so that we can understand it very quickly, and so it can summarise what we've learnt. And yeah.
Recognize what type of learners we are, whether kinesthetic, auditory or visual. We learned to manage our time efficiently using the Pomodoro technique. We learned about mind mapping, so we can study more easily and retain more information. We learned speed reading, so we can read stuff more easily and not waste time. It was very good. Thank you.
Which helped us to be much quicker and understand what we were reading. And then we learned what we use each side of our brain for. And we learned about how we learn, like visual learners, auditory learners, and kinesthetic learners. Thank you.
We learned about speed reading and mind mapping and the size of the brain and how they're creative and logic.
About our learning styles, mind mapping, and we learned how the different colours help, like the different colours and the logic mixed together help use both sides of the brain.
About mind mapping and speed reading, and we learned about the logistical side of our brain and the creative side of our brain and how we can use our time effectively when revising, and a lot more. Thank you.
We learned to use mind maps and how our brains work. We learned how to fast read by skimming words and things. Thank you.
We learned about the brain and how to speed read, and we did teamwork and learning styles and how to not waste time while learning.
The left side of our brain, which is the logical one, and the right side, which is the creative one, and EQ and IQ. We also learn how to read quicker and quicker techniques to learn. Thank you.
Types of learning such as overview, skimming, scanning, pre-reading, comprehension and post-reading. And we learned about mind mapping and how that helps us with our learning. Thank you.
We learned which ones are dominating learning style, and we learned how to improve all the others. We also learned about the left side of the brain and the right.
Found out if we were either visual, auditory or kinesthetic, and we found out which things we should do to become more of the things that we want. And we learned about how the left side of the brain is logic thinking and the right side of the brain is creative, and you have to use both of them to be successful. And we learned how to read fastly, but also get all the information. Today we learned about mind mapping and how to read fast and how that helps us gain more information, and about the left and right side of the brain, how the right side is more creative and the left side is more logic. Thank you.